what does the future hold for your organization as it relates to digital transformation? Because again, it's such a big bucket. It's like the days you brought up Hadoop, the days of big data meant so many different things to so many people. What areas are you exploring to help with your data management and data governance needs as your organization continues to become more digital?
So as I mentioned, when I started talking about Voya, and the mission of Voya as a company is to meet our consumers, individuals or companies where they are, and provide solutions and products that help them make the best possible financial decisions to improve their future financial picture and wellness. So in what I'm saying, there is a lot of data implications just in those words. So if you say you want to meet customers where they are, you need to know where they are in their, and I'll talk about people, but it applies to certain changes to the companies as well. Where are they in their life journey? What kind of decisions are they making? Are they facing? Are they making? Is there something good happening in their life that still has financial impact? Marriage, childbirth. Is there something bad happening? Is there hardship? Is there illness that they have to deal with? So that implies a lot of data, but it's well-managed data in an ethical way. We also need to understand how customers interact with our products, what works, what doesn't work. Again, failing fast, that's one of the pluses of the cloud. Digital transformation enables that. You need to track and see, basically get all possible data out of all the interactions we have with our customers so we can inform what we bring to them, how we bring it to them. Obviously, ethics, privacy is bedrock of doing this. So I don't want to underplay that in any way, shape, or form. So, but taking this into account, you need to ethically source that data, both directly of interaction with the customers, plus all the external third-party data that we can bring in. So how do we make the best decisions, and how do we enable it from data analytics perspective to fulfill the mission of the company? So that's where we are taking it from the strategic perspective. And that's why working at Voya for me is so exciting, because data and analytics is the cornerstone of our business strategy across all of our business areas. And that's a wonderful challenge to figure out how to deal with and how to enable that in a business strategy.
Now, the big words. Again, 5-8 years ago was big data, digital transformation, obviously being a very popular topic these days. And then there's this other topic that everyone's talking about, AI and ML, and the promise of AI and ML to basically solve world hunger. I'm curious, and I know that it wasn't in part of the questions that we prepared, but it's hard to get away from this topic. I'm curious, where does AI and ML sit within Voya, and in particular in the industry? Where do you see the opportunities for these technologies to help the financial services industry do the things that you're talking about?
Well, I think that there's plenty. It's the new set of tools that are now more available to us because of the advancement in both computing power and amount of data that we have. So models, predictive modeling, been there for a long time. If I go back to my old resume at my Freddie Mac time, there was a lot of conversation around interest rate modeling and repayment modeling, which is future predictive modeling, right? And of course, some of the techniques have changed, and that you have a lot more ability because of the amount of data that we have access to and the amount of computing power. So it's not entirely new, but because now we have a lot more capability to use it across many more problems, it becomes a much more prevalent tool in the industry. I do see a lot of usage for both machine learning and AI. I think one of the main pieces that very practically what I see is understanding of non-structured data, basically moving non-structured information that we have into the structured format. It's still very, very difficult to run decision-making on non-structured data. So it's a lot easier to use AI to get structured data out of unstructured, and then you use basically what you've got to provide information into decision making, into predictive analytics, into the strategic discussion that we have. So I think that's one piece. In terms of data governance, I think there is a huge opportunity for the companies that are focused on the data products, applying machine learning and AI to one of the major issues or major challenges that you have when you want to bring a lot of different data sets or sources of data together, and then use information in all of them to empower your decisions and your foresight. And which is, how do you connect? How do you connect multiple data sets coming from multiple vendors or from multiple sources? How do you unify your data about a specific customer when you don't have common identifiers? Obviously, you can't keep social security numbers running around your systems, right? That's just not a thing. So I think that's a huge opportunity for data product companies, is to use AI and ML techniques on trying to bring that and to identify what I call to solve the problem of common keys.
Yeah. In fact, what we've been doing here at Informatica is, as you know, we've been providing technology typically to help the data professional do their jobs faster, better, and more streamlined. The industry itself is also transitioning. Vendors like us, for example, are adopting AI and ML to assist the data worker in not having to always rely on them to make the decision. For example, saying, there's a data quality problem. Well, instead of saying, here are the rules available for you to choose from, we're actually recommending the rules for them to implement based on the activity and the patterns that we're detecting. So it's actually helping operationalize data management and governance, but without fully putting it in automation mode, because as you know, people still need to be involved. And you mentioned ethics and the ethical use of data. Can you describe why that's so important in today's business climate?
So ethics, using the data that people are okay, but you're using it, right? Do not send an advertisement about the product saying, now that we know you're pregnant, you might want to buy some diapers. And how did you know how? So there is a notion of privacy, and when people want to keep protected from others. So that, I think that's part of it. Just basically not being creepy. I think the other part of it is also using the data for good. And what's your intent? What are you trying to provide to the customer? If you're using the data to just continually upsell, what's the goal? And that's, I think that's where there is a judgment call, and it's not machine learning or AI cannot be doing it. It's humans who need to make that judgment call. I think there've been a lot of conversation, for example, around programming of self-driving cars. Right? Some of the choices we make are ethical choices when we drive, and we all hope we never have to make them, but people do sometimes have to, and you don't want machine to be deciding that.